Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for December 22nd, 2017. For your Friday, we're going to have a warm front that's going to be situated through the northern parts of our coverage area this morning. And here's driven by this low pressure off to our west. Your warm front's going to be situated just like this, and that's going to be early on this morning, and it's going to move off to the northeast. But any precipitation that falls north of this boundary will be close enough with that warm air affecting the mid-levels to give you enough warming in the mid-levels and cold air still at the surface to give you some frozen precipitation. This will probably not be in the form of snow. We're probably looking at some very light freezing rain and sleet. And that'll be, again, just this morning, I think, and then before those temperatures warm at the surface enough, and you get that warm front move pushing off to the north. You will have snow up further north in upstate New York over to parts of interior New England. And I think that snow will stay up in that region here. You can see that this afternoon. Warm front's going to be situated off to our north of Pennsylvania here at that point. Might be still holding on in early afternoon in very far northern counties here, but that's about it. The areas we're expecting for frozen precipitation are going to be right up here, maybe dipping down here in the northern Poconos, but anything above that line is where we're expecting the opportunity for some frozen precipitation this morning. And then later this afternoon, you get the warm front up here and snow north of that boundary. And, of course, mixed precipitation along that boundary up in southern New York State. But that's going to be their issue at that point. Let's go over the NAM high-res future simulated radar. I'm going to start this off at 7 a.m. just to give you an idea of where these pinks are. That indicates light freezing rain or drizzle. Again, not a lot of precipitation here, but just enough. It doesn't cause much. It doesn't take much to cause problems with freezing rain. But this will accrue on all surfaces that are below 32. So, again, it's going to be the far northern tier. So places up here, like parts of Lycoming and Sullivan and Susquehanna, Wayne, Bradford, Tioga, Wyoming, northern Lackawanna, places like that that are staying below freezing, and also parts of the higher elevations of the Poconos could get into that as well, at least early on here in the morning. But once you get in the afternoon, you can see that 32-degree line moves off to the north, and so it takes the frozen precipitation out with it, and it's replaced with just a few light rain showers or drizzle here at that point. I think elsewhere across the coverage area we just remain largely cloudy today, not really dealing with any precipitation at all, and we're definitely not dealing with anything frozen. Again, it's just going to be the far northern tier, far northern counties of Pennsylvania, and perhaps part of the Poconos, and that's it, and that's just this morning for the most part. Then we get into night. We have rain that's going to start coming in from the southwest, and this is going to be probably after mid-evening onward from southwest to northeast. We get this rain spreading in. Most areas will start raining after midnight, and you can see that here. Here's an early look at Saturday morning. Now, one thing with this cold front off to our west, we're going to have a surge of warmth out ahead of this. So this is going to be a very warm day here, especially in our southern regions on Saturday. So you're probably getting in the mid to upper 50s down here in the southern regions, and maybe 50 or so further north. So it's going to be a pretty warm day, but don't get used to it. It's going to be a transient warm shot, just synoptically driven ahead of this cold front, because once this cold front moves through, we get temperatures crashing. You could have a few wet snowflakes at the very end in our far northwestern counties up here in parts of northeastern Pennsylvania. Western parts of northeastern Pennsylvania could end as a few snowflakes. No big deal there. But everywhere else you're ending as showers here. Once the cold front moves through, we turn markedly cooler here on Sunday. Now, it is going to be partly cloudy to start here on Sunday, and I think the clouds are going to increase later in the day, and we're going to have another little weak system coming in here that's going to bring the opportunity for some snow. Not a lot, but some snow nonetheless. And this is going to be Christmas Eve night, overnight, into very early Christmas morning. All right, so some areas will get a white Christmas. All you need is an inch. That's it to be classified as a white Christmas. It's going to be close. I think a lot of places get to a coating of an inch. May have a few places that exceed that. If you get a heavier burst, like the GFS is indicating here, maybe a heavier burst in here that gets you to an inch or just over. The highest likelihood of anything to occur for that burst of snow would be up in these areas right here, far northeastern areas. As this low starts to consolidate offshore, their heaviest snow is going to actually end up here in parts of New England, where they're going to get 2 to 4, 3 to 6 inches of snow up here. I think that's happening too late for our area. It's going to be just a weak low as it moves through, and it doesn't really get its act together until it's well offshore. So you just have a weak wave moving through, and generally some light snows. Again, it's probably going to be a coating to an inch for most places. All right, and it's going to be mostly northwest of I-95, which runs right about here. Okay, so mostly northwest of there. for any accumulations. Quarter to 1 inch type thing for most places. Again, some places will exceed that, and we'll of course have a map once we get a little bit closer. It's still too insignificant to put out any kind of snow maps yet, and especially these models kind of all over the place with the projections. But the NAM that just came in tonight is very similar to that idea, and gives that snow here, and you can see that with the light snow moving across Pennsylvania. And then here, this is looking at Monday evening here, and then we get into just after midnight, you get snow showers further east, maybe a burst of snow here at the end, shown on the NAM, and that's in the wee hours in the morning on Christmas morning, and then here is 7 a.m. and it's starting to pull away from the northeastern area. So the NAM has a pretty similar idea, and again, the NAM also keys in on parts of New England here for the heavier snows, 2 to 4, 3 to 6. We are probably not going to see that in our area here. If something changes, we'll let you know. But that's what it's looking like right now. After this point, once the system moves out, the rest of Christmas Day is going to be a partly cloudy day. So decreasing clouds, going to be much colder Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. That goes through our 7-day period. I do expect it to be dry this entire time, just partly cloudy, maybe stray flurries here and there, and that's about it. And then once we get to the end of the week, once we get to Thursday and beyond Thursday, this is not in our 7-day forecast, this is beyond that. We have to watch for this one here. This is a southwest flow event. Without getting into too much technical details here, this is basically like an overrunning event that looks like it could bring some snow to our area here in the 29th, 30th time frame. So again, way too far out, just something to keep in the back of your mind for right now, something we'll be watching and diving into next week. It's not something we're really focusing on right now, but with a lot of possibilities with this, obviously, but the potential is there for something significant, so just keep that in the back of your mind, and we'll start discussing that after the Christmas holiday on Tuesday and beyond. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for December 22nd, 2017. Have a great Friday.